Just 3 nights ago, we saw this matchup play out as one of the last games of the regular season. Tonight, both teams have returned to the same park, but the stakes are much higher. It's a do-or-die night. The wild card one-and-dones have begun, and on this night, it's going to be the Chiba Lotte Marines once again taking on the Hanwha Eagles live on FTN. Welcome to FTN Broadcasting's coverage of the HCBBL Wild Card Series. I'm David Kreutz, your host for tonight's broadcast, alongside Dre, the
Hi.
owner of Mound Visit Uniforms. It's great to be back once again, and right now, the Hanwha Eagles Park is still being loaded, and players are still joining our session. It's a busy, busy night. 4 playoff games, and all 3 of which are also on their way at the same time. It's a winner-take-all in South Korea, and we're glad to have you back once again. Last night, the Hanwha Eagles lost to the Atlanta Rebels, trying to clinch the 3rd seed, and the Chiba Lotte Marines, just a few nights ago, lost to the Eagles in a dead heat game, which came down to a sacrifice bunt for the victory. Tonight, both teams are back, hoping to keep their championship chances alive. A loss would mean elimination, and they will have to wait until season 24 for another chance to play. Dre, as we made our way back to this very same park and the very same teams playing each other again, how does it feel? Almost like deja vu, I can imagine.
Yeah, it does, David. And honestly, I think that we're going to see something similar to a few nights ago. I got told by one of the players for one of the teams, I can't tell if it was the Eagles or the Marines, but definitely they said that the games they've played already were already close, so like maybe what we saw a few nights ago. So I'm expecting no different from this game, I mean. And obviously you can tell that the Hanwha Eagles weren't trying, and they didn't even put their best pitcher in last night, so possibly we could see maybe a better matchup from the Eagles tonight, because why would you... I mean, you've said this before we went live at the top of the show, and David, do you mind telling us why the Eagles didn't put their best pitcher in?
Well, we were talking about the Eagles and their strategy last night. They were accused, of course, of maybe looking toward the future rather than like Atlanta did, going all out. And that might be an intentional strategic decision. The reason being, of course, facing against, of course, the Marines, a very familiar opponent, which they won against just a few nights ago. That's a very important thing to keep in mind because, of course, that was a game all about the red-hot offense both teams had coming in. The Eagles were in full control for the first half of the game, ended up being tied going into extra innings, and now players are getting loaded into the Eagles Park very, very soon. It's all down to whether or not the Eagles can keep that red-hot offense, which has carried them to this point. Now the question becomes whether or not they can return to their previous glory. They played very good at the end of the season to get a winning record of 16 wins and 15 losses. The Marines come in with a losing record, 14 and 16. So the Marines might not be the favorite for tonight's event, more so the dark horses, if anything, Andrew, but I wouldn't count them out either. They gave a very good fight to the Eagles last time we went playing.
Yeah, and as we're getting loaded into the park now, I'm going to go get in position. But there is a key player on the Marines tonight that I think everyone should be looking out for. I've talked about him a lot. And do you want to say, or should I say? Because I don't know if you have an idea.
You should say it, Andrew.
Well, we have Joshy, I believe, with a 585 average as of a few nights ago. We're actually going to go look at his stats. Thank you, Bombs, for having the league stats up, because we can go look at the batting. And we can look over here. I have no idea what his name is, to be honest, but...
Joshy Boy Hits Bombs is his Roblox name, mind you.
Joshy Boy Hits Bombs, I believe. Maybe, I don't know. Let's go check that out. My bad.
Joshy is in the session, and you mentioned he's the red-hot player who the Eagles are going to have to keep in mind all day long. Maybe the Marines don't have quite the offensive core,
Obviously,
but instead they have a powerful man in Joshy who can deliver serious damage if they let him get up there for multiple plate appearances.
Yeah, and I believe he was in 10th walked a few nights ago a lot against the Hanwha Eagles, so they might try the same strategy here. And, man... I don't know. We might see an exciting game between these two. It wouldn't really surprise. Oops. It wouldn't really surprise me. And no, I didn't. Cool. But there. Is your stream back up? Cool.
We got it back up.
All
With
right, my
that
bad,
being
my bad. I
said-
was trying to click on the I was trying to click on something so I could actually see the stats as of a few nights ago because I can't really find it for some reason. Obviously that's my first time using the league stats, but I'm very, very excited to see what these two teams can do, David. And I mean, who do you have coming out on top? Because it's going to be, at this point, anyone's game, literally.
I think right now a lot of teams and a lot of players alike have been looking at the Eagles as maybe the favorite to come out of this wild card round unscathed. As it stands, of course, they were coming in with a red-hot offense, and tonight they're looking to do more of the same. Joshy is one of the leading competitors in the league. He has more than 100, now reached 100 a couple of days ago, so looking for an opportunity to strike once again. Leadoff batter today for the Eagles. It's going to be Kami Khan to the plates and to the mound. Nicktoons back, looking for a first start and perhaps a first career in the wild card round. The windup delivers for a first strike.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen Nicktoons on the mound before, I believe. And as you can notice in the upper left corner of your picture, we can notice new graphics. Ooh, that was an absolute foul ball. And I forgot to fix my sound settings, so monitor reveal, whoops. Yeah, there we go. Now sound should be coming directly to your screen, as it was, you know, like that to mute walkups, but now thanks to the great order bombs, as we get the first out off of 3 pitches, obviously not how you want to go out and not how you want your leadoff hitter to go out. Thanks to bombs, the amazing owner of this game, we have a mute walkups button, so strike 1 called on Joshy, a man we thought would be a very big hitter, and it's only the first strike.
Looks like our first donation of the night, $5 from the VR Pro, asking everyone,
Awesome. Ooh,
Marines or Eagles, and the fans right now look to be in the favor of the Chiba Lotte Marines. Thank you for the first donation of the night. It's been a good streak we've had these past few days. 2 balls and 1 strike now as we get moving for another wild card game. The playoffs are here in Season 23, and we are especially excited to bring them to you. Pitch on the way. 3 balls, 1 strike now, and it looks like Joshy, they are not at all confident to pitch to the plate with this man who has been so dominant as a hitter all throughout. Pitch on the way again. Walked.
Now, Spungle Bob, we saw him pitch in our last Hanwha start, or Marine start, I mean, and he was doing pretty good for himself a bit. I mean, obviously gave up a few runs, same as the other one that I can't really pronounce. That's going to be a blooper. No, that's going to be straight out. That's going to be out number 2 of the inning, but we saw him pitch. Hopefully, I believe he might be starting this game as Kremlin is up the bat. Obviously, everyone's stats have been reset for this game because it's now the postseason. So the pitch and strike 1. And David, I really, really think that these guys are, and as the pitcher delivers here, it's going to be strike or ball 1 upstairs. And David, I mean, do you think the Chiba Lotte Marines are going to hit a home run right now, or do you think they're not?
I figure right now it's contact.
Never mind.
It is a blooper and out.
As Wicked G1 is up the bat. I mean, hey, that was definitely a way to answer that question, as you didn't even need to answer it. Now, man, that was definitely...
We find ourselves at the bottom of the first here, and just like that, 12 pitches to kick off the first inning. Not as many as, of course, you'd like to get through. Maybe working our pitchers out a little bit more is part of the keys to strategy today. We mentioned it previously. Offense is going to be the name of the game. Wicked is going to be our leadoff hitter here. Reset stats to kick off this series, and to the mound for the first time tonight. It looks like a little bit of hesitance as the mound is due to be entered. It's time to get things moving. Nicktoons was the pitcher for, of course, the Eagles, and now the Marines. Their pitcher, Andro72, looking for his first opportunity in playoff competition this season, and he's got the honor of the first pitch here for the Marines. The windup on the way, and it's going to be delivering for ball 1, high and upstairs, and Wicked going to take that pitch pretty quickly. We've noticed when it comes to these pitchers and their patterns, they have been high upstairs and away from the strike zone. The most risky hitters to immediately combat are on that Eagles team, and the Marines are very stout as well, and you'll see why. Contact in deep to left center, but it'll be caught for the first out of the game.
And out number 1 of the game for the Eagles. You still got 26 more to try to do something here, so not going to be too big of a deal. Sad's coming up, and we saw him do, I mean, I don't know. I forget most of that game, just like the Eagles players, because, well, to be honest, it was kind of a forgettable game. The pitcher deals, and that's going to be ball 1 upstairs. And I mean, listen, David, I don't know if you were a Atlanta Rebels player or a Hanwha Eagles player, but if you were on the Rebels, would you want to forget that game at all, or would you want to? And that's going to be back. Oh, man, that's going to be at the warning track, and it could go for a ground rule double. No, but it could go for a normal double. And Sads is going to go for 2, and he's not.
Can't go for 2. That was going to be a single regardless. Very nice fielding to limit the damage, but a hit. And it's the same outcome as what we saw for Joshy, just earned a different way. Hooked down the left field line at about 285 feet, and that will put on the first runner of the day here for the Eagles. And the Red Hot Eagles, once again, momentum. Sad Smooth with the first hit. Ball 1 down and low. And once again, looks like Aura back to the plate, who has been lethal as of late. Of course, he is one of the strongest hitters in this series, and he's one of those that these pitchers, regardless of affiliation, have to shut down, and that they will. Pop up to left again, and the second out. All 3 at-bats have led to heavy contact, though, and it's a risky situation to be in. Kuhn to the plate, who pitched last night.
Yeah, and I mean, by pitch last night, I mean, well, by pitched last night, he means absolutely just gave up every home run he could. That's not what you want to do as a pitcher, especially in a game 31 maybe, but, you know, maybe he's not the team's strongest pitcher taking strike 1, and obviously Cohen definitely wanting to forget about last night. I mean, can you blame him? Because he gave up, I believe, 7 earned runs? Something along those lines.
8 runs on the day,
8 runs.
Yes, but he's going to get some contact. The dribbler going to be an easy ground out to first, and not enough. That's going to end the first inning, and Kuhn with a little bit of contact off the bat. All 3 outs were produced thanks to contact swings, notably left field getting attacked early. Welcome to the second inning here, and maybe the Eagles showing some signs of life, but they were shut down to kick this one off. So, with that being said here, it's time to move on again, and to the plate, it's going to be Marvelous.
And now, actually. Oh, that's going to be hit, and man,
deep
that was
to center,
I got to turn off my.
Enough.
I got to turn down my sound here because every hit I think is going to be gone depending on how loud. I usually try to associate hits with sound. And David, if you're, you know, hitting, you think, you know, when you hit, as we get a hit right there, that's going to be
pop up of the inning in 2 pitches. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. 3-pitch inning.
Nicktoons looking for what could be one of the best possible innings. A 3-pitch inning, trying to shut them down on
That's
contact.
Crazy.
With a pitch on the way here. Let's see what happens.
Ooh, strike 1. That's not going to be
easily.
He did not want to give him that 3-pitch inning. I can't blame him. I would have taken strike 1 there too. But I mean, hey, I think that we're going to get a pretty close game. It's 0-0, not like the huge slugging game we saw last time in these exact same conditions. 9 p.m. start. Hanwha Chiba, and it was at the Hanwha Stadium, and obviously we're gonna get the pitch here 2-1, and you know, exact same conditions caused the game to be pretty much the same score up until the 10th, and then there was a walk-off bunt, and that's gonna be the pitch. Ball 3.
That was upstairs.
That was a bit laggy right there, and man, I thought that was a strike for sure. I don't know, the ump might be doing something, but we're gonna get the pitch there. He's statuing. Is he?
Full count.
Are we getting?
And now let's see what happens. The most important pitch of them all.
Is he AFK?
With 2 outs here.
That'd be crazy. AFKing during an at-bat? I don't know.
I wouldn't think so. Just trying to take those pitches, and they're saying...
Oh, he crashed. Oh, he did.
That will end the inning.
Wow, that's a way to end the inning.
The frame ends just like that. Welcome to the bottom of the second as a computer crash will bring us away. Oh, goodness.
That's definitely a way to have your inning end. Not the way you want the inning to end, but save the pitches and pitches.
He got walked.
Oh my god, that would have been so embarrassing. Still would have been on the top of the inning, then man, that's just I don't know whether to laugh or be sad over that. Anyways, unfortunate
Unbelievable.
circumstances for the Marines as their
You know, he
pitcher's on
can
the
turn
mound.
down his graphics all the way to the bottom and still see the pitcher. Pitch on the way to
Ooh.
Nicktoon, strike one called.
Yeah, and that's still funny to me. They started without having him as a fielder, so that's kind of a shock to me. I don't know though, but we're getting the pitch now, and it's gonna be ball one upstairs. And you know, David, people are saying to move the overlay to the bottom right. Do you think we should do that, or do you like where it
Bottom
is?
right of the screen.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But you know, pitch on the way, gonna be a pop-up high and
Oh my
shout
God!
out.
Oh my God, David! $50 donation from the VR Pro. Thank you. Oh my God!
Are you serious?
I'm serious! What?
$50 Unbelievable.
Oh my
Once again, thank you all for your immense support tonight. VR Pro, thank you once more. Go Marines.
Oh my God!
We couldn't do this without you guys. And you know what? For that, can we get the ticker above the advertisement so it's not blocking the top pixels? I think the fans deserve all the ticker for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to move it. Oh, that's gonna
Pitch
be a
on the
pitch.
way.
That's
This one's
back.
gonna be high
It's
and
gonna
deep.
be back.
The left of center field. Bye ball. And just like that, the Eagles put one on the board.
Oh my God! That was absolutely crushed. Now I'm gonna have to get a bit here to actually change the ticker, but hold on.
Oh goodness! Contact beyond belief to deep center field, and just like that,
man.
home run. And it's a single shot that puts the Eagles up one. Can you believe it?
There. Man.
Nepkin to the plate, and it looks like Hanwha has once again shown their deadly offense holds no prisoners.
Man. That was tough. On here.
Just like that, we find ourselves now the new game leader, the Eagles again, putting it on the board. $5 donation from the Armored Slug. Thank you once again.
Oh, that's going to be crushed.
Dingers.
Oh, never mind.
And that one's not going to be a homer. Pop down to left field, but Hanwha's got to feel confident now.
Probably gone into a Little League stadium.
Like Yankee Stadium?
Of course, the Mets fan says that.
Well, with that being said, we're now to 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The Eagles are up 1, and you have to wonder, will they unload here, as we've seen in so many other games? Ball one upstairs, you can't get a hit off that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to move the overlay a bit down here. I apologize. Man.
Ball 2 down low. And with that being said, it looks like getting rattled already. Not what you want to see for the Marines. Andro back up to the plate with a 5.4 ERA already now. He's got to settle in quickly if it's going to be contact. And this one is to shallow right, and it'll drop for a single.
Yeah, it's going to be a base hit there.
No chance for second base, but it's now a runner back through first base. Still a chance to get the scoring position if there's a little bit more here. Cruz to the plate for his first at bat. Andro now has to get out of some pressure here. It's a pressure-filled situation, and the pitch is once again on the way. Ball one. Stepping out for a timeout here, just a little bit of time to think it all over. And you got to wonder right now what's going through the heads of the Eagles. They know that they've got the first blood, and trying to draw that first blood, of course, is so important in any situation. Playoff baseball especially. You cannot afford to think too quick. Of course, make rash errors, but also you can't afford to lie down. One run is not the end of a game, and the Marines can strike back quickly as they did last time these two teams faced each other. 2 balls and 2 strikes once again.
Now, I don't know if we should put donations on the screen, David. What's your opinion on that?
Can we put donations on the screen right now?
I don't know. That's going to be strike 3, though. Cruz unfortunately gets out on, I believe, a 2-2 count, and that's going to be how the at-bat ends. So Vidomi is up. No walk-up song, of course.
Back on the way. No walk-up songs, unfortunately, due to licensing circumstances. But with that being said, you're hearing the music of bombs hit over 350 feet tonight. The Eagles, they put one on, and now the top of the 3rd inning. It's time for Hanwha, of course, to pitch, and for the Eagles to try to defend that lead. First ball given to Dom, and now Let's see what Nick Toons can do, getting that one run of insurance. Not a lot, and it's going to be
Oh,
just enough
no.
for another shallow pop out.
He's not even going to get it.
Foul ball.
That was crazy. No one got
One
that
ball,
ball.
one strike. At least it's not fair, but can you believe that wasn't an out?
I cannot believe that wasn't an out. I thought that was going to be out. And that's going to be strike number 2. Man, all right. Now, I want to commentate the rest of this at-bat. I haven't got much talking time. No offense, David. And now we're going to get the pitcher dealing to the batter. That's going to be strike number 3. Andrew's now up the bat. Now, the HCBB stats, 1 game, 0 batting average. But, I mean, we've been through the lineup twice already, so obviously 0 hits. And let's go check. 0 hits from the Marines right now. So, yeah, their only person on base has been Joshy. A no-hitter can be done, but not a perfect game. Now, I probably just said that, and now they're not going to pitch a no-hitter, but, I mean, who cares? I mean, that would actually be pretty cool. And Cruz is going to be back getting the ball. What? Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to save.
Jumping catch? That's good for the second out.
He thought he was Fernando. I mean, hey, maybe he is. I don't know. That'd be cool. No, but Call Me Con is up to bat now. Actually, this is the second time around in the order. So second time around in the order, David, you do a lot better batting than me. And David, I want to ask you, the second time through the order, you know, you go through the first time warning the pitcher. Now, what do you do on the second time through the order?
Well, the second time through the order, you got to wonder, first off, whether or not they're going to pitch you the exact same way, which is never a guarantee. Of course, you could be playing against the same pitcher with different strategy, and right there, getting some contact, laced right to second, and it's going to be an easy ground out. So welcome, the bottom of the 3rd inning, and now it's going to be Wicked back to the plate, and you mentioned it, we are now going through the second run of our respective batting orders. So you've gotten experience with the pitcher, you're starting to learn exactly how they handle things at the plate and at the mound respectively. And you're also learning a little bit more about that defense, what you can do, what their shortcomings are, and right now the big question becomes, what can you do to overcome it? The pitch on the way. This is going to be the first of the bottom of the 3rd here, and the 24th for, of course, so far, the only pitcher to give up a run, and that is Andrew. Wind up, delivers for a ball 1 right upstairs. It's all about pattern recognition here, and if they do things the same way, more likely than not, you'll have an opportunity to succeed. No guarantee, though, and that's the big what if, as once again, playoff baseball, anything can change. Contact right field, and it's going to be quickly caught.
Man, that's not how you want your at-bat to end. I mean, if you're the Eagles, it'd be great to have some insurance runs considering the nature of these two teams going against each other, as I said at the top of the show. Both of these teams going against each other is going to be a close game, maybe a slugfest. It depends. And by slugfest, I mean absolute bombs being hit, but not what we're seeing right now. I mean, through 2 innings, 3 innings last game, we saw, I believe, 2 runs per team. So that's 4 runs combined, and we've only seen 1 combined tonight. So who knows what we'll see in this inning?
Well, there's no doubt we're going to see more offense if there's any chance for the Chiba Lotte Marines to win. But, of course, they still got to deal with their pitching. Strike 2 swinging. And now it looks like the Eagles getting a little bit of a rut this inning. They can come out of with just 1 swing. But so far, they find themselves behind. Got to wonder here, the pitch on the way. It's down low, and that was a chaser, but it doesn't quite get the chase.
Yeah, and that's obviously not a good feeling as a pitcher when you throw chasing pitch and you don't get the chase. You really, really want to get that chase, and that's going to be a out number 2. Yep, out number 2.
Second out of the inning there, and once again, hard contact has been the way Andrew has gotten a majority of these outs, so it's not necessarily the strongest way to get them, but nevertheless, it's working, and even though it's only been 1 home run given away, now the Eagles find themselves advantageous.
And that's going to be hit, and it's going to be in the center, and the center fielder does get it. So Joshy up the bat. What do you think they do? Intent walk?
Based on contact. You can't keep intent walking the same guy over and over again and expect it to work. Remember last time these guys played each other, which was only 3 days ago, they intent walked Joshy, and then they went on to give up a multi-run home run to another batter. I mean, it's not Joshy, but you cannot expect these guys at the top of their game in the league to be uncompetitive hitters. That's just simply not how it works. So I would suggest they're going to pitch to Joshy here, and they're going to try to make something work.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, trying to do something with Josh. He might be ending in a home run, might be ending in a base hit, might be ending in an out. We'll see here in the next few pitches. Maybe only one if he needs that much. And we will see. Dealing, and he's only going to need one pitch just to get an out. Third baseman throwing across the diamond, and out number one. So, bungle bop up the bat. Imagine if that was a hotkey failure.
Almost was. Wow, it's going to be Spunglebob back up to bat, one out right now in the bottom of the third inning, and you are watching wild card coverage. Pitch on the way, down low for ball one. We've mentioned that this is one of multiple playoff games going on right now, so if you're choosing to spend your Tuesday night with us on FTN, it looks like Toronto able to get it done against Denver. The final score, a matter of fact, coming through, rather, the Whitecaps getting it done over Toronto. My apologies there. 10-1. Toronto is done. Their season will end, and Los Angeles is still going at it right now. I believe they're going at it with Miami, and very recently, the Dallas Panthers started their game with the Atlanta Rebels. Pitch on the way. It's going to be now 3 balls and 1 strike. They are afraid to get around there with Joshy. It just looks like they can't pitch him honest. Grounder, going to be a roller to the third base, and they should be able to put the ball back into the hand of the first baseman, and they get Joshy out through contact. Very impressive work.
Spunglebob, by the way. Joshua was already out.
And Spunglebob going to be back on the way, of course, to the dugout. Joshy, too, now almost up there, but not in the zone. Ball one.
And I believe this is Kremlin up the bat, and no hits from the man yet. And Joshy actually saw his first at-bat last time around. So 0 for 1 on the day for Joshy. I believe 0 for 2 for everyone else coming through the lineup, or else 0 for 1. So Chiba Lotte still has 0 hits. 3 balls, 0 strikes. They might walk him, and he's taking time.
Taking a little bit of time there, getting himself focused up. 3-0 green light. Expect a heavy swing if it's anywhere close to the zone. And it is. Popped up and foul. It's going to be 3-1 now.
Now has to give the ball, and speaking of ump, that's me. So obviously me doing a very good job umpiring this game. And David, how fair do you think this umpire is with this pitch? And it's going to be strike 2. How fair do you think this umpire is?
I think right now it's all about getting it around the lines, and you can finesse the line if you do a good job of it and get your calls if you want them. The pitch on the way, strike 3 called. And that's exactly what we meant. Up high, just within the zone is the most important thing to look for. And we see it again. Strike 3. Welcome to the bottom of the third. And still, it looks like the Marines, they are silent. It's 1-0. And it's still a no-hit game for the Marines as Cohen's back up to bat for the Eagles.
And now we're waiting for the pitch. Cohen obviously not having a good game last time around. You make it better with this pitch. It's going to be ball 1. Just out inside. And man, this umpire's doing a good job today. I really like this umpire. What?
Looks like right now it's going to be a pitch on the way again, up high and in, and that is strike 1. These guys are using those upper corners right now, trying to get their way through, just using where it's harder to hit, especially if you're not looking for it. But the repetition's not a good thing either. Pitch on the way, and it's high again. That will be just into foul ground.
I believe a souvenir did get that ball, so good job. Or a fan did get that souvenir, so good job.
And just barely into the grandstands there, coming right over the safety netting. And now time to go at it again. 35th pitch so far for Andro, ball 2. And admittedly, right now, starting to work a little bit higher in that pitch count, which you don't want to see so early in the game, especially since he hasn't gotten it out here in the third inning. Can't waste any more time. Once again, contact is going to be lined to center field. Just barely. It's shallow and good for a ground out.
Nicktoons now up the bat, the Marines batter. And wait, no, hold on. No, that's the, why did I say Marines? I thought his jersey was green. That rhymed, and now Nicktoons is up for Hanwha. And we're going to wait for the pitch here. Out number 1 of the night. And we're going to see what happens here. Strike 1. Now, I wanted to talk about why people throw corners in the yellow line. You want your pitches to look like they're going outside, but not really. because you still want that strike call, but oh, that's gonna be a ball on. And you want that strike call, but you don't put your pitch as far as away from the cursor, I believe. So maybe you can have a swing and a miss, or maybe a ball sometimes, and then it. I mean, main point is you don't want the man to hit the ball, and that's honestly what an important thing about pitching is. If you're a contact pitcher, you want them to get soft contact, maybe just not out of the park contact, and that's going to be strike two. And it makes the hitters sometimes think it's going to be a ball, then it's a strike. And I mean, you don't want to give anything inside the black box most of the time because people are going to hit that and crush that, especially in League where everyone's at a pretty good talent level. Ball three upstairs. And you might see here what happens if you put it in the black box. Maybe Nicktoons getting ready for the pitch, and now the pitcher is going to deal. And that's going to be a base hit. No, it's going to be just to the second baseman, out number 2 of the inning.
Barely caught, but that's all that's necessary now. Via Mateo back to the plate. 1 home run, and has been the offensive life tonight. Hey, Mateo didn't have the best of games last night. Admittedly, he was the first out of the day, and he was the last out of the day. He had to finish that game off, unfortunately, as the last hitter while being down 8 runs, which, of course, demoralizing, but he came back strong in his first at-bat, and long gone, a home run, a run batted in, and right now, he's the player of the game. Maybe looking to go 2 for 2. The pitch on the way here, 1 ball, and it looks like that's not a ball in any means. High and deep to center field, but caught, and just a few feet away from 2 straight home runs. Mateo, he will not see a second run batted in, at least for now, and here we come to the top of the 5th inning. Mateo close, but not enough, and we stay silent going into inning number 5.
And now we have the center fielder running all the way in from center field. Might be out of energy after that, but I don't think so. Hashtag I'm watch number 12 on the back of the jersey. Now, we'll see that with, if that's true, the pencil bat, obviously a very popular bat, being by a Phillies player last year. Now we're going to see strike number 1. I can't remember exactly what Phillies
back to the plate here. One of the players who we remember from that game 29, part of the offensive lifeblood of the Marines, who got them back on track and looking to do so once again. Pop up the shallow center field, not able to get a hit this time, and it is a diving catch.
What a robbery.
I can't believe that even worked out. Imagine that fell into the field, which we saw last night. You don't want to go for those clips and make a major error. Could have been, and Mahmoud is out on the way. Strike 1.
And talking about in there, I mean, you can make him in this league, and it's not really fun because if he were to get in there, then, I mean, the runner would have been on base and going for clips. Not really what you want to do in a league game, especially as big as the wild card, where your team can get eliminated. Now, that's going to be hit, but into the stands, and man, how demoralizing is it when you hit like a foul pole hit? That could be like a single, double, or maybe even a triple, or maybe a foul pole home run. How demoralizing is that?
Well, it doesn't look demoralizing there. Shallow and into center field. Will it be a run out? Nope. Out number 2. It's not necessarily, maybe it's not demoralizing. It depends on the inning. Right now, it's a 1-run ball game. Anyone could change the tide. But, you know, we saw it last night, an extreme example with the Eagles. They hooked it literally right down the line, and they got the perfect timing for it to be barely fair. So sometimes it feels like you got robbed. Sometimes it just is what it is, and you have to adjust to it and make the right call the next time around. There's not a lot of blind luck in this game. It all comes down to that skill of hitting the ball not only at the right time, but in the right place. And there's some contact again, just foul. And that has been ever since giving up that 1 run, of course, the strength on the other side of the mound, which we've seen previously out of Andrew. But I think Nicktoons has done it better, managing the outside corners and getting that strike 3 call. And so we come to the bottom of the 5th. Nicktoons has just been stronger in terms of that confidence, and the confident pitchers have won ball games so far this season, and we're seeing it again.
Now, I wanted to talk about something a bit off topic here. The Chiba got the best unis in those Hawaiian-style unis. Now, I've mentioned this a lot, but those Chiba unis are actually part of a summer event. I believe it was the Murakami Summer Stadium event back in 2019. So those jerseys are quite dated, and that's going to be strike 1. And very beautiful jerseys. Now, the Marines cook with their summer jerseys every year. Now, I believe they're black Summer Week 2024 jerseys. Personally, for me, they aren't as the same as last year. That's going to be ball number 1, just outside. And they're 2023 black Summer Week. Those nice Miami Vice jerseys, absolutely heat. Like, if you look at them, I think they're the best jerseys I've seen in my life, next to the Makuhari Summer Stadium. So, obviously, Makuhari Summer Stadium, Black Summer Week 2023, those two are my favorite Marines jerseys, but that's just my opinion. We're going to get the third pitch of the at-bat, or fourth, and that's going to be ball 3.
3-1 count now.
Yeah,
And it looks like
I wouldn't call that a
being
strike.
pitched really gently here. I mean, not going into the strike zone of Via Mateo calling for a strike.
Yeah, that was a strike.
Let's
yeah,
find
maybe.
out. Pitch on the way, and it is contact to center field, but shallow.
Obviously, 1 out now in the inning, 49 pitches into his start, and Please Turbo is up the bat, 1 batting average, and that's what you want. I mean, you're the Hanwha Eagles, you want to be on base, and obviously he didn't get home because the only run of the game was scored via home run, so we're going to get the first strike of the inning there, my bad. We're going to get the
Turbo,
first.
he got that very shallow single. It wasn't necessarily a weak hit by any means, but not able to turn 2 on it, getting that first hit and getting stranded at the end of the inning here.
Wait. Did we get an... Oh, I thought we got 2 $50 donations. No, go on.
The pitch on the way here, ball 1 and strike 1. And right now, Turbo, of course, eyeing up a chance for 2 consecutive hits. He got that first one, and even though it was not the strongest of hits, it's all about placement.
Oh, that's going to be back!
Deep to center field! Second home run of the game, and the Eagles make it 2-0. Hanwha's on top. Turbo gets his second hit, and he won't be stranded this time.
And someone seems to be dead. That's going to be Cruz, but man... Turbo coming home on that. That was crushed. Looking up at the gods, and man, he's telling a relative he did a good job there. And I'm mocking that Cubs commentator, but no, that was pretty good. And Cruz up the bat. Oh.
Turbo did it again. This time around, though, he got it to center field, which is where Via Mateo put his home run. And as a result, it looks like Hanwha getting the advantage. And looks like
that's going to be
fly to left
never mind.
field. Nothing comes of it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Was hoping for something good there, but obviously not what we would see there. And now we're going to wait for the next pitch, which is coming to you here. The pitcher now deals, and it's going to be a base
Contact
hit
to the left field.
Yeah, and that's going to be a base hit to the left fielder, and now Cruz is barely going to get in the first, and man, Wicked G1 up the bat.
For second there. You're right about that.
Yeah, Wicked G1 now up the bat. We're going to see what happens here with Wicked. Now, I believe he could maybe get a nice hit here, get some insurance runs if he hits a home run or maybe a double. We've seen runners here on FTN score from first before, so it wouldn't really be new to us. That's going to be a... Oh, that's a hit!
Wait, it's going to fall down,
what's the third baseman doing?
It's just a single.
What's the third baseman doing? That could have been out, but I don't know what the third baseman was doing there. Sad's now up the bat. 2 runners on, a runner in scoring position. This could very well be a 3-0 game with the right amount of contact, and we're going to see if that's going to be possible here. And is the pitcher going to throw? Yes, he will. Now going to deal to the batter, and it's going to be strike 1, left upper corner. The pitcher getting the ball back. That was pretty good pitch. If he swung at it, that might have been gone, and we see someone all the way in center field. We'll go take a look at that. That's going to be a hit, and that might be 2. No, it's not. Just 1 out, and oh, that's 3. That's 3. That was 3, and we see 2 people back there. No, that's 3 people. That's T-Bucks. T-Bucks. Say hi to T-Bucks, David.
What is he doing up there?
I have no idea.
Well, it looks like Swoolsy to the batter's box, and we got to look at the action right now. The pitch on the way coming here. Swoolsy's first at-bat of the day. The windup and a deliverance. Contact, and this is going to be foul. Keep in mind, it's still a no-hit bid so far for the Hanwha Eagles, and they have still remained oh so dominant. No hits and no runs. Let's see what the Marines do this time. They're going to take that first ball.
That's beautiful. I love how they've gotten up there. That's actually fun. Now it's the top of the 6th here. Cool, I edited it. Yay! I'm
Strike 2 swinging. 53 pitches so far, and it looks like Nicktoons has been in control of that pitch count, doing a real good job of managing it as a player dies on the field. Shallow hit. It's going to be the first base. Contact, not enough.
now. Who died on the field?
Well, someone came down from the sky and reset immediately on the foul
Oh,
line.
it might have been back. No.
No, it was here right by the home plate. That was almost player interference.
Oh,
but,
wait. I mean,
no,
maybe.
it's gone now. It's gone now. Everyone's gotten back to their rightful
I was just
positions.
trying to see who it was.
It's the battle of the pitchers now. Andro up to the plate, and let's see if he can redeem himself, maybe using that bat instead of the coarse pitches he's been throwing so far. 2 runs earned for the Eagles off of Andro so far, and right now, Nicktoons, he is
Centered.
getting back to the mound. We thought he was giving it up there, but that's not the case. Cruz is coming back as our catcher, and here we go again.
I think the catcher was the one who died. Wait, because now look. Oh no, we have a. Yeah, now we have a first place baseman. That's gonna be wicked.
Well,
Now
let's
we're
see
gonna wait for
now
the
what
pitch
can be
here.
done. The battle of the pitchers begins. Pitch on the way, and it is going to be contact. Left side foul.
That is amazing. I find it impressive that a few people are up there. I think that's Tiger also up there with them. And the third person, I wouldn't really know. I apologize. Reminder: Atlanta plays Houston. If they win, Dallas plays Brooklyn. If they win, the winner of this plays Houston. If Dallas wins, and Brooklyn if Atlanta wins. So we'll see what that matchup is. That's being broadcasted live on another network.
Multiple broadcasts have gone on. 2 games have already concluded. The only game that is currently remaining is going to be on Next-Gen Broadcast Network as it's contact, and this could break the no-hitter. That it won't. Out number 2.
Yeah, that's good. I want to... Dude, imagine if our 4th game on the network is a no-hitter and it's a playoff game.
And I mean, Nicktoons has been pitching so well so far with absolutely no flaws so far, save for that walk, and that's all that's been needed so far to keep the Marines at bay. But you got to wonder, if they were to pitch to Joshy that first time, this game could have been completely different. Call Me Khan back up to the plate for his second at bat. Hasn't gotten a hit so far.
Wait, we're in the part where it's actually no-hitter territory. We actually might have a no-hitter going on.
Well, let's not speak about it all too much because that could change. 3 balls. Are we looking at a 4-pitch intentional walk?
Oh, they're focused on that now. Oh, man. I mean, you don't have a perfect game going on. You might as well go for it. Oh, no, that's going to be a no-hitter's one. Home run for Chiba. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. No.
Unbelievable.
No! I ruined it!
The no-hitter dies with a home run, and the Marines are now back on the board. It's going to be a long shot, and as such, Call Me Khan gets 1 hittable pitch, and he gets the job done. Now, the Marines are back in contention, and we've got ourselves a playoff game to keep watching, and that is going to rattle Nicktoons to the grave. Here we go again, and look who's at the plate.
Joshy, oh man, this is not a good. This is
game
not a
could
good
go
batter.
From 2 runs down to tied in 2 pitches.
Yeah, this is not a good batter you want to face after that, man. The no-hitter getting ruined, and then you face Joshy. That's not what you want to see. That just sucks. And we're gonna see ball 2.
I think now he's not even going to try to pitch.
Oh my God!
Joshy.
Look at General. They're saying I jinxed it.
Unbelievable. Pitch on the way, and it's going to be ball 3. No, Joshy's not getting a hittable pitch.
No, he's not.
This will be it. It's official. The Los Angeles Stars have won against the Pittsburgh Stallions. The Stallions are out of the playoffs.
Oh, that's a 4-pitch walk.
4-pitch walk, and now Spingelbog back up to the plates.
Oh my God, I ruined
Was it the right
it.
call to walk Joshy? I mean, we're going to find out here. Ball 1, 5 consecutive balls. I think right now, maybe Nicktoons looking for a way out of this one that he still has not yet acquired. He's got to end up throwing a strike or 2 here if there's any chance. The pitch on the way, and it is strike 1 swinging.
I still can't believe that happened. That is... Anyways, we're going to go back on the current moment. So now we have the pitcher with 1 ball, 1 strike. And now we're going to see the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. That's going to be foul ball. And wow, that's an absolute moonshot.
Almost got out of the park.
Should have sent it foul. No, should have sent it fair, not foul. I mean, it was already sent foul. Should have sent it fair, and that would have been 3-2 game. Now we're going to see the next pitch. That's going to be a strikeout.
3 called. Wow. Well, he gets out of it, but not unscathed. And it's a one-run ball game. And now it's all down to whether or not the Eagles can give a few more insurance runs to their once dominant pitcher. Bottom of the sixth now, and it's time to get back to the Eagles. At the plate, the Marines will be pitching. And if you've stuck with us so far live on FTN, we thank you, of course, for stopping by for playoff coverage. This is the wild card round, the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Hanwha Eagles. Once again, thank you to our donors who have been listed at the top of the broadcast for tonight's event. $50 donation in particular for the VR Pro, given some of the biggest support we've ever seen on this channel. Thank you once again. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Oh, that's absolute
Contacted high. It is a pop fly. It's out.
Man, I think Grimace is at the right foul pole. You want to go check that out? Oh, that's a diving catching for what? And that is Grimace. Oh my god!
And he's wearing his Mets jersey. Hold on. Keep on the bat. Keep on the batter. We'll look back at Grimace in just a moment. I'm gonna go join Grimace. All right,
hold on. We're gonna get a nice view here, and we see who it is. Shout out. We're gonna see the pitch with Grimace in frame.
The pitch on the way. It's gonna be ball number 1.
And we're gonna see David walk over here. Oh my god! And he's wearing his own Mets jersey. And then we're gonna see the next pitch here. That's gonna be hit. That was a pretty smooth transition straight to the right fielder.
To right field.
And we're gonna go back to our free cam here. Diving catching for what? I don't know. Man. And also, that Mets jersey that David's wearing, Mount Vista Uniforms, go check them out. I really like their jerseys because I make those own jerseys, as you can see on my avatar tonight. Now, I refuse to wear my Chiba Lotte Marines jersey tonight, even though it's clean. And we're going to see this pitch, ball 1. And now, David, since you're there with Grimace, how is it?
It's pretty fun out here in the right field line, and we are all standing right on the edge on the foul line here and getting a good chance to watch what happens. The pitch on the way, going to be strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. Let's talk a little bit more about the pitcher right now. Of course, maybe not in the best of positions, but getting that opportunity to see 1 run go in the favor of the Marines here. So I wonder, is Andrew maybe a little more confident now to attack the strike zone, knowing it's less of a deficit, or is he instead going to stick to the same strategy? 64 pitches in so far, so he hasn't really worn his stuff out, and he's looking to get the put-away pitch here. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and I think it's in his favor to get that strikeout call if he doesn't make a mistake with the next pitch that's on the way. Coming around for the pitch. Strike 3 called. He will end the inning, and we will go to the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, now as we have this happen, I want to go take a visit on where everyone is. So we see Tiger, and I apologize, I don't know who this is. Going up there. I can tell he's a Yankees fan. Nice shirt. And we have someone else up here joining. So we have 3 people up here, and then actually T-Bucks. So they had a T-Bucks. And then we have 5 people over here with Grimace. So we have 6 people with Grimace. Everyone else in the crowd. And we have a lot of fans here, but thank you for showing up. We have a nice Mariners jersey up. Go see. We have a Buccaneers hoodie and we have Kremlin up. I can't believe we have.
Looks like now back to the action. Top of the 7th inning, Kremlin. Let's see what he can do here. Once again, the stakes are high. This is an elimination game. Win or go home. Kremlin putting that tying run into position. That could save the season here for the Marines. It would just take 1 swing. Pitch on the way. High and in, but it comes down to the strike zone pretty convincingly. That's strike 1.
Now we're going to wait for strike maybe number 2 or maybe ball 1. We're going to see what happens here on this next pitch as he deals, and it's going to be ball number 1.
Ball 1.
With a 1-1 count, Kremlin now awaits for the next pitch, and now he's going to try to slam one out. I think if you're the Marines, you try to play some small ball here, and you're going to get ball 2 there.
These pitchers are very hesitant to go for 3 straight strikes, which makes sense. The strike zone is not a big area, and especially since you have the yellow border to see through it, these pitchers and these hitters alike know it's a very shallow zone, and it's going to be a single.
Could have been a diving catch. That could have been a diving catch. Good for him on not trying to make that into a clip. I mean, Please go into your
A
catcher
diving
spot.
catch would have been big
Thanks.
risk and big reward. And I mean, if you have faith in your pitcher, there's no reason to risk it. Pitch on the way, ball number 1 here, and the pencil bat is back up. Welcome back to Mahmoud, who's looking for his first hit of the season here, of course, in the wild card phase. It's been so far all about home runs, hooked down the line, but just foul.
Now, by season, you mean postseason, obviously.
The
we don't.
postseason, yes.
Yeah, and
Here in season
we're gonna.
23. We just started our postseason, technically yesterday, but of course, the wild card round, the first official portion. And that's ball number 2.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the teams that aren't playing today. So now we have, I believe, 6 teams not playing today, and let's go check whoever those are. That's gonna be ball number 3.
3 balls and 1
And
strike.
let's-
The locked-in teams are those you speak of
Yes,
course.
so Brooklyn and Wichita. So those 2 teams, I believe, are locked in, and then you have Rakuten and Miami. Oh, that's going to be a bit.
Contact,
No,
and
that's
it's
going to be
go
out.
right to the second baseman. No
That's the
trouble
shortstop.
and no sacrifice.
That'd be the
Runners do
shortstop,
not
by the way.
move.
So that was the shortstop I went to, and we have Dallas and Miami eliminated. Obviously, Miami and Dallas having to go down to a game 31, an intense game that the person we saw earlier, T-Bucks, broadcasted. And then Arizona and Seattle were also eliminated. Seattle being an intense win, go home, or win or go home game, which was against Toronto, which I believe, are they still in? No.
Toronto won, or rather, they lost badly.
Yeah,
they
so
won to get their way into the wild card phase.
It's all
but
that
they
for
got
nothing.
Destroyed.
So all of that
Again.
for nothing, unfortunately.
Well, I wouldn't say nothing. They got 1 run on the board compared to Denver's 10.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Denver, I knew, was going to win that game, considering that they were a pretty strong team against Brooklyn, who is, I believe, the number 1 seed in Division
coming
2.
in, 2-time defending champions. Pitch on the way.
Of course
2
you know
balls
that.
and 2 strikes.
Of course you would
Now,
study that.
83
So.
pitches in for our man, of course, who's been holding the fort. Nick Tunes for the Hanwha Eagles, but maybe some signs of life. He still has them. Strike 3 called. It's Adrian up to the plate for his first at-bat, and now it's time to see whether or not the newcomers are given an opportunity to, of course, fight back for their team. The Marines maybe swapping out a few guys later in the game. Top of the 7th inning here, and they're running out of chances.
Actually,
Only 1 run behind, though, and a hit could tie the game, if not change hands for the lead. Just 1 hit could do all the difference. Contact there, and it will be 1 hit.
That's not going to be a
Shallow,
hit.
not enough.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the other game actually going on right now. We have Dallas Atlanta in a 3-3 tie right now. In the top of the 5th, Dreadlord 4040 is up to bat. He did a pretty good appearance for Atlanta last game. So who do you have on that game? They have 1 runner on. Oh man, that pitch was hit. So who do you have on that game winning, Dallas or Atlanta?
I think, on all honesty, Atlanta most likely has the advantage, but Dallas had... their game yesterday was unbelievable. What, 14 innings until they settled it? A come-from-behind game for
great.
both teams.
Great hit that
Dallas
homer.
won. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, I still think the momentum is in the Rebels' favor. They did so good last night as well, and they curb-stomped the Eagles into this position. The pitch on the way once again.
Oh, that's
Contact
it!
swing, and it's going to be high and shallow enough to not be a home run. It's good for a pop-out.
What was that mag, actually? I want to know that mag. That was a 185 mag hit, and it didn't even leave the park.
Perhaps would have been good enough if it hooked down the corner, but not enough
Yeah.
down left to center.
185 mag, or the flyout was 180, sorry. Flyout was 180 mag. I knew that sounded loud, I just didn't know why I didn't wave, and yeah, that was a loud hit. Now,
It's more than the mag, it's also the launch angle there. And
Yeah.
Not really the best horizontal launch angle given everything, so a little bit more competition, all things considered, in regards to this game. More and more time we've seen go by.
Wait, we have 10
it's
plus
a tighter
people up
game
front.
than before. 2-1, 69 pitches in, going to pitch number 70. Let's see what happens now, as it looks like Nick Tune's going to take a temporary break from pitching, and
The hell?
Andro going to get off the mound as well here. Let's see what Andro does. 69 going on to 70 pitches deep.
yeah, and there was 10 plus people at the foul pole, and now that foul pole party has dissipated, unfortunately, so obviously not fun to see. No more foul pole party, but we still have a 2-1 game here in the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to be a hit, and it's going to be caught. So bottom of the 7th now caught in the diving catch. Please Turbo up, now up the bat, 1 home run, 1 RBI, a full 1 batting average, 2 hits tonight. So 2 for 2. And I think 3 for 3 actually. So can he keep that going for a 4 for 4?
And as it stands, of course, Turbo, who got that second home run in, the leader. The reason being
Okay.
for the Eagles, it's Turbo. Let's see what he can do this time. Contact, and it's going to be blazed into left
That's
field.
out.
It's an
That
out.
didn't look like a catch to me.
It didn't look like a catch, but no, that was right to our third baseman, I believe, and that was recorded as a catch. And so the 8th inning begins. That was a tricky call, but either way, it looks like Turbo not going to get that third hit. And now we are on to inning number 8. The Eagles
Are they
back to the
changing?
mound, and the Marines are back to the plate.
No, they aren't. No, wait, they might.
I
No
think
one's on the mound. Yeah, they might. Andro was
So
the Marines
maybe-
pitcher.
Maybe Nicktoons is going to be taking it, of course, away from the mound, instead bringing it back to defense.
Oh,
They're
that pick
making
goes
a
hard.
Decision.
Oh, that pick goes hard.
And right now, there's still no call. I mean, we're looking at Nicktoons, who has walked away, and it looks like we found ourselves a reliever, and it's in the form, it looks like this time around, of one of those familiar faces that we've seen all throughout. Aura is at the mound. Is he going to take to it?
Yes,
it looks
he
like,
will.
Yes, he will. Aura Farias to the mound as your first reliever of the day. 1 hit and 1 run for the Chiba Lotte Marines, and the Hanwha Eagles have led the game with 2 runs and I believe now 8 hits total. The pitch on the way, first of this inning, and it's going to be strike 1 swinging.
Strike 1 swinging, not what you want to do as a batter. I mean, maybe if the pitch is good enough, that didn't look good enough, but I mean, he could get back into this at bat and walk in. I mean, we're gonna see what happens. Oh, he's not locked in. Oh no, this is gonna end horribly. I feel like.
There, and I mean, it's a new pitcher, someone you can't anticipate or predict at all. It's not easy.
Yeah, but I think these guys have faced Aura before, so maybe they should know maybe how he's gonna throw. And man, 3-pitch strikeout to start off.
That was trouble.
That's not what you want.
You know what? Yeah, Andrew, he had that one. Aura just took it for 3 pitches, a wild ride, and that was all that was necessary.
Pitcher matchup.
One of the very quick at-bats we've seen today. We've only seen 2 3-pitch at-bats. That was the second of which. And both have come at the hands of an Eagles pitcher.
Oh,
pitch on
that's
the way,
a
gonna be
pop-up.
shallow and good for
Wait, that's gonna drop.
They get to it.
No,
they caught
that's
it.
gonna cut.
They caught it.
Oh, I thought that dropped.
Yeah, the Eagles, they've been good with their defense all day long, and they just barely got there at the end.
Well, McCon now up the bat, 333 batting average, got 1 hit and then couldn't hit on the other. So now we're gonna see what happens here. Hanwha Marines. And now we're going to see what happens. The pitch is going to be strike number 1. I don't think that was a strike.
That corner. They've been using that corner on both teams all day long.
Dude.
I mean, if I'm a batter, I wouldn't be too happy with it. But hey, it's worked out so far for all parties involved anyway. Pitch on the way, contact, and it's going to be foul just out to left field.
Yeah, that's... He's into this at bat, I feel like, but not the way you want to be. I mean... 0-2 count, 2 outs when you're down 1-2.
In the hole here, in all honesty.
Yeah.
That's the troublesome part, because from here, they're only going to have 3 outs left. They got to tie the game somehow. Ball 1.
Yeah, ball 1. Now for Aura, that's not what he wants to see. He wanted another strikeout, maybe.
Trying to get that chaser.
Exactly, but I don't know. I don't think a big league player would... Yeah, now he chases at that, but it wasn't really a chase. It was more of just kind of missed the bat, and... He's not going to go back on the mound, so I believe the Marines are electing for a new pitcher. Now we're going to see what happens here. Go to the bottom of the 8th.
And now the bottom of the 8th inning, which means not only are we coming to the end of the 8th, we'll also be coming to the final at-bats potentially for the Marines all season long. It is a win or go home scenario here. And in all honesty, with only 3 outs remaining, the Marines are going to need a home run or something of that nature. The rally cap needs to be put on if they want any chance to take this to extra innings, which of course is a must in this case. It's been a very quick game. In all honesty, it's only been an hour in length, and we're already at the bottom of 8. Pitch on the way, check swing, ball 1.
Yeah, and now you're at the bottom of the 8th. You got to do something in the next 3 outs. You can't just keep doing this on your offense. They've had, what, 1 hit, or 2 hits? And, man, one of those was just a solo shot, and they couldn't do anything for the rest of that hit. So, obviously, oh, strike 1 on Cruz. Man, you got to do something, and you're hitting the point. 74 pitches. I don't think you've seen as many pitches as any of the other pitchers did in last night's game. So obviously, keeping the pitch count low is going to be a good idea, as that's going to be a pop-up. And no one's going to get to it, but it's not going to be an out. No, that's safe!
No, it's a single. It's a single. They missed the call on that one, fielding entirely, and what could have been an easy out turns to be a single. And Cruz is saying that he's going to take the fall for that one as the fielder. And third, it looks like he's going to take the fall. So Cruz calling himself a choker on that note. And that could be one of the plays that define this game, because if the Chiba Lotte Marines get one run but nothing more, that could change things.
No!
Down the left field line.
That would have been a base hit.
Oh,
but
they're tempting fate now.
Josh is the first batter up. That is not who you want to face. I mean, could get a quick out off him, but if you walk him, then that's a bigger risk of having a three.
He's never a quick out. You got to pitch around Josh
yeah,
most times, because anything in the strike zone.
I mean, could be, because I think we saw him up the bat last at bat, and he got out in one pitch. So obviously, not how you want to go out, but that's going to be
that one pitch was contact. That's
going to be a base hit.
Field.
Oh, now I think they have to change. You shouldn't be doing that.
First and second now.
I mean, maybe
no outs. This is bad news if you are, of course, the Marines, because any run could end this game in due time. So now we get to the point where it's outs or nothing. They should have gotten that first out. They might have been able to get that.
That's foul. No, that's foul.
That was foul.
No, yeah, it was. It looked foul.
Just barely. They ran it right down the line, and just a stud or two made the difference. It's a foul ball. And the umpire is going to make that call, pitch on the way, and that is ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And here we go again. Man on scoring position for the first time since about the 5th inning. 2 balls now, and the pickoff attempt fails.
No pickoff attempt there, but I mean, hey, we've got a 2-1 count. I don't know what you do here if you're Chiba. I think you got to change the pitcher at this point. He's given up 2 hits. He has a high pitch count. I don't know, man. And that's going to be ball 3.
Oh, ball 3. They can't do what's been done every time we see the Eagles. They do this. They load the bases for the Eagles in every circumstance.
If there's a grand slam here, I'm going to lose it.
They were able to win against the Marines by getting that bases loaded scenario in game 29. And now
that's straight.
Bases are loaded.
That's bases one. Oh, no. This is...
What is their plan?
God.
What is their plan? It's a bases. That was an intentional walk, mind you.
Oh no! Game over.
The goal to
game
try
over.
And get something in the infield in turn 2?
Maybe, but game over. This has to be game over. Maybe
can't be doing that. It's a risk.
No! Oars up.
If they get out of this unscathed, they'll be looking smarter than we are. The pitch
on
the way here.
No!
Andre.
Oh, that's crushed! It's back! It's gonna be at the warning track! It's not gonna...
It's a sacrifice.
It's a catch!
He's gonna try to tag? Yes, he will. The run down to home is gonna score a run. It's a sacrifice RBI.
It can be 2! It's gonna be 2! No, it's out at the...
Double play!
It's out at the play! Oh, man!
It's a double play, but an RBI sacrifice, and now it's gonna be 3-1.
I don't believe what just happened.
That could have gone much worse, but what was the call for a double tag acting like that would work? And that too could be a change of the pace for this entire game. They're only 2 runs down. It could have been much worse there, and they just lost a runner for free.
And man, this is not going to be good. I mean, at that point, you change the pitcher. That's going to be a out. No, he's going to miss the diving catch. No one's at first. No one's covering the bag. Where are the Marines fielders here?
The Marines are just crumbling on the defense. It's second error.
What are the Marines doing? They're about to give up a 4th run. You're at a high pitch count. Their entire managerial system is failing.
I think right now they just got to try to get those outs
what are they?
here.
This is absolutely dumbfounding. This point,
it's not even Andre's fault. How do you make the same mistakes over and over again, and it just keeps happening? That was not supposed to be a hit. The first out, what should have been the first out,
he's still pitching.
Ended up being a hit. I think they're failing the pitcher here, and let's see what happens
now
as Andre gets back in.
It's half-half in my opinion. He shouldn't be giving up hits. He kept giving up hits in the bottom of the 8th. You really shouldn't be doing that. you had a close game, and now they're just about to walk away with the win because they kept their pitcher with a high pitch count in the game. I don't know what they're doing, but it's
One
definitely
ball,
not the
one
right
strike
call.
here. If they get out of this one, it's not going to be a far-fetched game at all, and they still
Yeah,
have a
but
chance to
you have
come
3
back.
outs.
But that's the big if. The pitch on the way
Man.
once again.
Oh.
Strike 2.
You got to
They
swing
need
at
the
that.
put-away pitch on this next pitch or the one thereafter. It's all about getting the strikeout now. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you got to swing at that. I mean, hey,
The
you're
pitch on the way, perhaps the most important of the night. High and in. It's going to be a chaser, and not enough. Ball 2.
I mean, you got to swing at that second strike. I mean, that could definitely bring some good insurance runs and solidify your team for the game. That's going to be a foul ball.
Contact and foul. They could have caught it, though.
No chance.
The
And
positioning makes it tricky.
no chance
now,
there. So
it's still 2-2. That means this is the 5th pitch of the at-bat. The pitch on the way once again. This is do-or-die territory for Andro, and he deals once again. Strike 3
Strikeout.
swinging, and that might save the game if there's any hope. We now head to the top of the 9th. The Marines need to score 2 runs or their season ends. 3 outs remain. Wild cards often come down to this. It's a do-or-die moment.
might as well pitch to
And
Joshy.
to the plate, Joshi, their best hitter. If they choose to intentionally walk him, the tying run will be at the plate. If they choose not to, there's a chance they cut the lead down to just 1 run. The call.
Yeah,
Joshi waiting.
I don't know what it's probably an walk. We're seeing
They
nothing.
might be subbing Aura out. No, he walked right back to the mound.
HCBB just turned into a Bible study.
Right now, everyone discussing what's happening here with the pitchers, trying to make the right call with respect to, of course, having to deal with Josh. He's such a tricky hitter, and he has been one of those lethal weapons all throughout this season. However, today, 2 for 3. He could go 3 for 4 in a crucial circumstance. So, everyone now discussing it. The call for the Eagles has not been made just yet. Aura is
They're buying
coming
their self
back
time.
once, twice. I think he's going to pitch to him. I think right now the decision has been made. Aura versus Joshi for the season. This could be the at-bat of the night. And here we go. Get ready. Joshi is going toe-to-toe once again with Aura. This could be the saving grace for the Marines. It could also be the death of their team. Right now, I can't imagine that Aura is not feeling the pressure. He's going to throw the ball out like Trevor Bauer.
Maybe the greatest comment I heard all game. So I don't know. I think no matter what you do here, you're in a lose-lose position because if you walk Joshy, there's a chance of a 2-run shot. But if you give him a home run here, and then there's a chance that you're gonna get a ball 1 there. But there's a chance that there could also be a home run after this at bat. So it could be a 3-3 game no matter what you do. So the only thing
You can't underestimate a league player. Everyone's
Yeah.
gotten here for the same reason. They're in the same game fighting for one position. I don't know here. Pitch on the way. It's strike 1. They'll get one across the plate on Joshi.
Yeah, they're pitching to him. I mean, at
They
this
gotta
point, you
pitch
got to
to
do
him.
what you
What
got to
choice
do what
do
you
you
got to do.
have?
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do at this point. I mean, 3-1 game, you're up by 2, and I don't know. Trust your team if you go to the bottom of the 9th
Ball
because
2.
your offense has been better this entire game. You've gotten more hits. You've limited the Chiba hits to just 2 singular hits. And at this point, I mean, hey, you got to trust your offense a bit. So, you know, if you're going to win the World Series, if you're going to get to that point and Josh is going to step out, you got to
Balls
trust
and
your
strikes
offense.
here.
Offense
This is it. Joshy's got to make contact if there's any hope, of course, for this Marines team. And Aura needs the strikeout more than anything to keep the championship chances alive. The pitch on the way. Joshy's going to be checking, and he will wait. Full count. This has been a 10-pitch at-bat. And once again, Aura in the position to go do or die with this one. A walk, a hit, a home run, or the only outcome he'd like, an out. Whether he gets it with contact or not, I'm not sure he quite cares any longer. Here we go again. Aura coming set. Joshi checking his swing. And this could be it for the season. The pitch on the way for Aura. He'll deal. Contact. It is hooked. And to right field, it's a pop-up.
That's out number
Joshy's
1.
out.
So now, as I was saying earlier before I did get interrupted, offense is what wins World Series. I mean, pitching does play a part, but I mean, defense You need perfect defense, perfect offense, and perfect pitching to help claim yourself a World Series. And if the Marines, or at this point the Hanwha Eagles, can have that, then they have a good chance. As you see the pitch being delivered by IORA, that's going to be strike number 1. And man, two more strikes, and then you're 1 out away from Chiba's season ending. So unfortunately,
Strike one, swing, and you can't go down like that. A 3-pitch strikeout would be just about the end of any hope here. Once again, dealing contact, and this one's going to be laced in the center field. Will they get to it? They will. Stand-up catch. Don't need a dive. And now the Marines are down to their final out. Kremelin, the last hope. He's standing in 1 for 3 on the day. He's gotten a hit before, but now the question becomes, can he do it again? Aura in the position deal once more, and he only has one more challenger to face. The pitch on the way.
Oh, check swing.
Ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely feeling the pressure right now, and Gremlin waiting for the next pitch. I mean, at this point, you lose hope, and man,
I think right now,
I don't know. I've lost all hope for the Chiba Lotte Marines because great season by them, but just not enough to make it to the next round, and that's going to be the final
center field. It's going to be a run to the plate, and
the Eagles have advanced.
The Marines' season is over. 3-1, a close game till the very end, but the Hanwha Eagles pull through. The Chiba Lotte Marines, as they did 3 days ago, lose again to the Eagles. And once again, Hanwha advances to the divisional series.
Oops.
And the Marines will be forced to go home and wait again till season 24. We saw the same teams fight each other just days ago again. The Eagles have won.
And
on to the divisional. And the Eagles, well, their output, of course, has been incredible. Offense has been their strength, and they've done it once again. Game over. And Hanwha will move on to fight another day.
And that ball got crushed, even though we're after the game. Probably should have done that earlier, in my opinion. Man, that's tough. Just a tough game for... And not what you want to see if you're any of the Chiba Lotte players. And that's a tough way to have your season end. I mean, hey, it is what it is by that point. You just wait till the next season. And then... yeah, that's what I think. And I think we should now turn it over to our post-game show and give our thoughts on that game, because what an exciting game that was. I mean, with all the highs, lows, and everything in between, I think it was a pretty good game in general. What about you, David?
In all honesty, that one it's got to be a hard loss for the Marines, who fought to get to that point this season, but admittedly, they didn't have a winning record coming in, and they had lost previously against this team, matching up once before, and it looks like it happened once again. The big strength for the Eagles today was that offense, and it worked one more time. A pair of home runs and the disaster in the 8th inning, which made all the difference. I mean, maybe without that, we would have seen a little bit more of that aggression, that tenacity that helped get through. But the Marines were not able to get it there. And instead, the Hanwha Eagles pull through with the win. Pitching, also a great job for Nick Toons to control, with only 1 hit allowed until the end of game. And overall, only letting the Marines get through with less than 5 hits today. That was the run limitation, the damage control, and eventually hit control. Goes to show how very, very solid on all fronts the Eagles are. They're going to be a dangerous team to keep fighting against as the season progresses in this postseason round.
Yeah, and I believe the other game that's going on is still being played, so we have no idea who Chiba is going to play, but we can get a good idea if anyone does have score on that game. And man, hold on, we'll see where that game is. Just give us a second here, because check where that.
They're still battling one another. You mentioned it. There's only one more game to play, and then we find out who's in the wild card here. And
5-3 Atlanta. 5-3 Atlanta. So, no, it's on Twitch. It's Gentle Chevalier on Twitch, but 5-3 Atlanta with Dallas. So that would be Atlanta looking to play Hanwha. We've seen how that played out before. Hey, look behind you, David.
Oh, look at that! Grimace has joined us once again. Atlanta advantageous. So with that being said, Atlanta, they're going to be facing off not against Hanwha. Hanwha's going to be facing off against either Brooklyn
Oh,
or Houston. That all depends whether or not Atlanta gets it done here. The championship picture still to be put together. Now,
no.
unfortunately, it looks like we won't have time to decide that for ourselves. It's been a much slower game, Atlanta and Dallas. They've had an offensive game, and I think they're going to keep on playing. But with that being said, Dre, we're coming down to our final thoughts. So if you have any final messages you'd like to give to the fans before we sign off, you got anything else in mind?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a great game played by both teams. Unfortunate the way it ended, but I think that we can see another great game from Hanwha coming soon. Obviously, a 3-1 game coming from the Eagles here in Korea, and hopefully next time we see them in Atlanta or Dallas, considering on who wins, maybe they can do better. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next game, but hopefully it's live on FTN. Hopefully we'll see you there. And David, I mean, I do got one more final shout out, Mountain Visit Uniforms. Great uniforms, go check them out. But David, if you have any final thoughts, please let us know.
Well, with that being said, I think it's time to say goodnight once again for the wonderful crowd here in the HCBB League. A wild card competition has come and gone today for the Hanwha Eagles. They pulled through as your winners, and the Chiba Lotte Marines once again defeated at the hands of the South Korean club who have been so dominant on offense. We thank you all once again for viewing and supporting the broadcast. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Your support is always greatly appreciated. We hope to have you back for divisional series coverage, whoever, of course, we end up covering. We hope to bring top-notch broadcasting once again. Thank you all for watching live on FTN, and we'll be back as soon as the playoffs pick up once again. This has been coverage of the wild card round, and we hope you have a fantastic